Yeah, this one again, it's I don't want to grasp at straws here or reach for anything here, but this one is pretty much cut and dry. You're gonna get your Jaden Daniels, Austin Ekeler's of the world, and we should mention that. I texted this to you. I think it was yesterday or the day before that. Brian Robinson got traded. Brian Robinson Jr. got traded over to the San Francisco 49ers. So it seems like it's going to be Austin Ekeler getting majority of the work in that backfield. I know Terry McLaurin is still at impasse with the contract situation, similar to Micah Parsons there, but he has been participating in practice and team activities there. So hopefully they can get that resolved soon. And then Deebo Samuel, of course, coming over from the San Francisco 49ers. So this one was pretty much gun dry here for the Commanders. And I think that, like you mentioned, the offense can pick up right where it left off last season, especially with Cliff Kingsbury there being the offensive coordinator. And you have Dan Quinn running the defense there. So this team is really primed to really compete for a division title here in the NFC East, if not at least for sure a playoff spot.
Yeah, and the fact that that we watched Robinson get shipped to the Niners, which, by the way, are we just preparing? And we'll talk about this when we talk about the NFC West. Are we just preparing for Christian McCaffrey to go down because it feels like we're stockpiling decent running backs just in case that happens? But yeah, as far as that's concerned, now you're right. That would have been probably the one thing that we would have focused on had that not happened between them and Austin Ekeler, because Austin Ekeler, obviously, we know is a very talented running back, has been able to get things done. He is one of these fringe guys that we're really, sort of focusing the show on in trying to get you to look at some of these guys down the list, because Eckler's going off at 130 now, consensus in a standard, 127 overall in a PPR, which really actually kind of is a shocking, knowing that Austin Ekeler does catch passes too, right?
Yeah,
So
I was going to mention
a little
that.
more valuable, yeah, in PPR. So you would think that he would go off a little higher, even higher than 127. But since he's on the fringe, that's who we're now. This was only a couple of days ago that they made the adjustment. So now I'm wondering, Munaf, is this ADP going to go up? Because he is pretty much been given the keys to this backfield and in what's going to be a very prolific offense in what we can pretty much gather.
Yeah, and I think that what you mentioned there exactly is that this guy is going to be or has been a player throughout his career that is a pass catcher as well, right? I know he's 30 years old, and we talked about that magic number of 30 for running backs, but you sometimes have concerns of injury with Austin Ekeler, but I think he's going to be very obviously involved in the offense here, whether it's pass catching or running the football there, because again, you don't want to put too much tax on a guy like Jaden Daniels, right? So you really want to rely on that running game, but I think that his ADP may rise here after the trade here of Brian Robinson Jr. So yeah, and again, like some of the depth guys behind him, Ja'Cory Krosky married, you're with Jeremy McNicholas, and then you have Chris Rodriguez Jr., who I felt like a couple of seasons ago was a guy that could have emerged in this running back room for the Commanders, but I know injuries derailed him a little bit there. But yeah, I'm still an Austin Ekeler guy. He's really solid. He get you not only rushing yards, but like Rod mentioned, receiving yards and receiving touchdowns there as well.
And so, just real quick to touch on the wide receiver room, because obviously we know that McLaurin's going, but it's just interesting to note that Deebo Samuel going off right now, 82 overall in standard leagues. He's going 79th rather in PPR leagues, 36th wide receiver overall in PPR, and 34th in standard leagues as well. Noah Brown, on the other hand, not even getting drafted. So there's a lot of folks that are putting a lot of stock in Deebo Samuel's abilities in this offense. And I think that's very well justified. And I guess if you're going to miss on Terry McLaurin, then I think Deebo Samuel is a solid choice in the middle rounds to take a chance on.
Absolutely. So, and again, like we mentioned with the Cowboys and his Commanders team, like your top guys, who they are: Dak, CD, George Pickens, and then Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Deebo, Zach Ertz, maybe, I don't know. He may be a little bit further down the list. I know he's getting up there in age, but I think that this could be a big season. And the comeback for really Deebo Samuel, and the way that I think Cliff Kingsbury can really utilize him in this offense.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch.